Welcome back to Haas Talks, race fans. Joining me on an episode here. The KKM GiveBack Classic is happening right now, and Jett Barnes from Visalia, California is joining us. Jett, thanks for taking time for maintenance to come and talk with me.
Yep.
So, dude, you've been racing Restrictor. This has been your first full season, and you've had quite the year. Tell us a little bit about your season, the 2021 season back home.
Yeah, it's been good. We won the championship at Delta Speedway. We won a few big races, and yeah, it's been good.
Been good. Now, if we look back in history, I saw your name pop up or your last name pop up on a message, and it really didn't click with me until I started doing my research for this event. But you have like a real big major win already in Tulsa at the Tulsa Shootout in the junior sprints. If you flash back and think about that race and you think about the Tulsa Shootout and winning it, what was that like?
I felt good. I was really nerve-wracking pulling out onto the track, but yeah, it was good.
So you have a lot of experience in racing, and you've had quite the stellar year in 2021. Thinking about this week here, the KKM GiveBack Classic. Whenever you came, you're on your way here from California. You guys drive straight through. It's a long, long drive. Tell me what your expectations were whenever you're coming here. Were you just wanting to make laps and kind of see how you held up against the competition, or was it something where you knew deep down inside that you have the ability to win the races here?
No, we didn't want to just come back here just to run laps. We wanted to win.
Yeah. So knowing that you come out here for night number one, you win the heat race, you win the qualifier, and you win the very first day feature you've ever ran at Port City Raceway, which is just huge for you, right?
Yeah.
So thinking about that, tell me what the track was like. Just kind of walk me through your first night whenever you very first got here and you saw the racetrack.
I didn't think it was going to be as banked as the videos were, but it was really banked.
So you talk about videos and talking with your dad. You guys watch a lot of videos of racing, and not only your racing, but doing research coming out here to this racetrack. What are some of the guys that you watched and as far as racing goes here? Like, are you watching certain cars, or are you just more so watching the racetrack?
I'm watching the cars mostly and how they're hitting their marks.
Hitting their marks. Now, that's the main important thing in racing, right, is being consistent and finding those marks that you need to hit. Last night, night number 2, was a little bit different for you. You had to work, your work cut out for you. Let's talk about last night's A feature. Night number 2, you had to work at it and really change your lines up. I mean, you weren't really satisfied. You were all over the track searching for those lines. We had a late red flag, and your dad's down there hollering at you and giving you all the hand signals and everything else. It seemed like after that you kind of started to roll and it started to pick up for you.
Yeah, just like the qualifier yesterday, I think it was. No, it was, yesterday. I wasn't all the way on it, and then he told me to start going, and then I took the lead. But, yeah, I was searching for lines the whole main yesterday.
Lap traffic kind of played a factor for you there a little bit too, as you were able to watch what was going on. A few cars ahead of you, watching Corbin, Ruschenberg, and Garrett Benson kind of get caught up behind lap traffic. Your dad made a good note that you're always racing and continuing to look ahead, that you don't wait for anything. You make things kind of happen faster. As you're making laps, are you watching just what you're doing, or are you kind of watching one or two cars ahead of you to try and figure out what those guys are doing in different turns?
I watch the cars in front of me just to see what they're going to do whenever maybe I get around them or when I start catching up to them.
Now, you've got it pretty much figured out. The car's always good, and you talked last night in your interviews that there's always some fine-tuning that can happen to make it even better. You're starting on the pole of tonight's A feature for the KKM GiveBack Classic presented by Velox Racing. $3,000 to win, the biggest paying restrictor race that we know of here in the Midwest. What's going through your mind right now? I mean, you're down there doing maintenance on the car. You're taking a break to come up here and chit-chat with Haas and everything else. So what's on your mind right now? Are you getting nervous? Are you getting butterflies? Or are you just ready to get after it?
We've had 2 good nights, so I'm not that nervous, but I'm pretty nervous.
So right now, you're in the A feature. You don't have to run a qualifier. You don't have to run a B feature. So what are you going to be doing during the night, during the beginning of the night to kind of get ready? Are you going to be watching the track and kind of checking out some of your fellow competitors? Or are you going to be down at the trailer and just kind of relax and try and just focus on what you're doing?
I'm going to be helping my teammate, and I'm going to be watching the track.
So watching the track and everything else. So that's kind of the breakdown of what you've been doing this week here and how your 2021 season has been. Let's talk now about how you got started racing. When did you very first start racing?
Whenever we seen the salmon start racing, I wanted to start, so they put me in a junior sprint, and then I've always liked it since.
So you're how old? You're 17 right now, right?
No, 10.
10?
Yeah.
10 years old. 10 years old. So you started racing whenever you were how old?
5.
5 years old. So you've been racing 5 years. Half your life you've been in a race car.
Yeah.
What about racing, like, just makes you, like, excited? Like, why do you like racing?
Because there's a competition in it, and it's hard.
Do you play any sports or anything, or is, like, racing your thing?
No, I used to play soccer, but it got too hard to do both.
To do both soccer and racing. I hear that a lot with young kids and that they have to choose one or the other. Are you glad that you picked racing?
Yeah.
It's a lot funner than soccer, right?
Yeah.
So what about racing? I mean, you get to travel and see different places, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And who helps you? Like, I know your dad's like really involved in helping you getting ready, but there's also some other really special people that help you go to the racetrack and help video and different things like that. Who helps you on the car? Who are your sponsors? Let's get those out of the way, and then we'll thank the very important ones, the moms and the grandmas. Right. So who are the sponsors?
Swindell, Crown Cleaners, and just everyone who gets me on the track.
Oh, there's a lot of people that help you too, right?
Yeah.
So who are the family members? Because I know you got like your biggest cheerleader is here with you this weekend.
My grandma and my grandpa, Randy, Kenzie, my dad, and everyone who works on the car.
There you go. So you made the road trip out here, and you've come out here for the shootout and everything else. Whenever you go on a road trip, are you like one of those that sleeps the whole time, or do you play games on your phone?
No, I play games on my phone and watch videos.
So what's your number one game that you play on your phone that you play all the time?
Dirt trekking.
Dirt tracking? What kind of phone do you have, an iPhone?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get that game then, check it out, see if I can't compete against you. Do you have like a favorite snack that you eat whenever you're on the road? Or you're like, man, I got to have a bag of this, or I got to have this kind of candy?
Probably fruit.
Fruit?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Like apples?
No, like cantaloupe.
Oh, cantaloupe. You're a big cantaloupe guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite beverage? Like, does mom and dad let you have soda pop, or like?
Yeah.
You do? What's your go-to soda?
Coke.
Coca-Cola Classic?
Mm-hmm.
You drink a lot of Powerade or like Gatorade or anything?
Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor in that?
Lime.
The lime one, the yellow one? I can go for some lime every now and then. What are your aspirations? Like, what are your goals in racing? I mean, do you want to be a NASCAR driver, or do you want to be a dirt track driver? You want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a announcer whenever you grow up? Because that's perfectly fine if you want to be an announcer whenever you grow up.
I want to be a NASCAR driver.
A NASCAR driver. So who's the one NASCAR driver that you're like, man, that's the GOAT. That's the go-to guy, my favorite.
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You can't pick your favorite. Just can't put your finger just on one driver. No?
He doesn't drive a lot, but Kyle Larson probably.
Hey, there you go. Right? I've heard of that guy before. He's won a couple of races before, right?
Yep.
He's from California too, right?
Yep.
Dude, there may be some similarities there. So 2022, you haven't really finalized details and things like that as to what you're going to do. Whenever you get ready for the shootout, are you going to be running just restrictor, or are you going to be running any other classes that you know of?
We might be thinking about running stock, but we don't know yet because I'm not old enough.
Oh, yeah. The whole age thing gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
So in school, does that mom and dad make you keep like straight A's? Are you a good student? Do you have to do a lot of homework, or like does it come pretty easy for you?
I have to get straight A's or I don't get to race.
Ooh, boy. So that takes a lot of hard work, right? And then you also got to work on the race car.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have time for anything else? No girlfriends or anything?
Mm-mm.
Nope. So far in racing, what do you feel like your number one accomplishment has been so far?
Probably Tulsa, yeah.
Shootout,
Yeah.
getting that golden driller.
Yeah.
Does the driller stay in your room, or does mom and dad have that on the trophy case?
It stays in my room.
Stays in your room. Keeping your goals, your eyes focused on the prize. Is there anything that we haven't covered that we need to tell people about?
I don't think so.
Don't think so? Good luck this weekend, buddy.
Thank you.
That is Jett Barnes right here on Haas Talks.
Performance Electronics, custom electronic solutions. From design to manufacturing, let us put your ideas in motion and become your company's full-service electronics manufacturing experts. Performance Electronics.